gentlemen, welcome to the swearing-in ceremony of our new county executive, Bob Culver. I'm Ray Hoy, president of Wor-Wic Community College, and it's truly an honor for me to serve as master of ceremonies for this event. If you haven't already, please silence your phones at this point. Several people moving about. We will begin with a presentation of colors by the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office Color Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. An invocation will follow the anthem. Now, please stand and remain standing through the invocation. Color Guard, good morning. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you, Wicomico County Sheriff's Color Guard and Dr. Wright. Now I'd like to welcome Reverend George Patterson to offer the invocation.
Let us pray, please. Holy and loving God, you indeed are the one who stands at the center of all of life and love. You are the one who knows us best and loves us most. We thank you for the gift of this day and for this high moment and its meaning. As we gather for this swearing-in ceremony, I pray a full measure of your blessings upon Mr. Robert Lee Culver, Jr., as he soon will ascend to the high position of the Chief Executive Officer of Wicomico County. I pray that you would daily season Bob's heart with wisdom, grace, and humility for the privilege to serve in this most important position. I pray that you would give Bob insightfulness, a listening ear, and an understanding heart, that he may lead fairly, justly, and always pursue that which is best for this county. Bless him with the wisdom to serve wisely, so that his desires and decisions will always, always, always be seasoned with insightfulness, fairness, and grace. When he has exhausted his own wisdom, may he seek the wisdom of his peers, but most importantly yours, O God. Give Bob such strength of character that no one will ever have cause to question his intent or his integrity. Shield him, O God, from the insidious nature of temptation, that he might always fulfill the high oath of this position he is about to assume. Anoint then this day your servant, Bob Culver, with wisdom, strength, and grace to faithfully and fairly fulfill the duties of the Wicomico County Executive. Through Jesus Christ, their Lord. Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you, Reverend Patterson. I'd like to now introduce the special guests on the stage. Seated on the stage today, to my immediate left, Governor-elect Larry J. Hogan, Jr. Next to him, Wicomico County Executive-elect Bob Culver. You just heard from Reverend George Patterson from Trinity United Methodist Church. And Dr. John Wright, who performed the national anthem so wonderfully. And our Wicomico County Clerk of the Court, Mark Bowen. We also have other special guests in the audience today. I know you'll be tempted, but please hold your applause until everyone's been introduced, because he's got to be sworn in before noon. Senator Jim Mathias, Senator Rich Colburn, Delegate Charles Otto, Wicomico County President Matt Holloway, Wicomico County Councilperson Gail Barkovich, Wicomico County Councilman Joe Holloway, Wicomico County Councilman John Cannon, Councilman-elect John Cannon, Wicomico County Councilman-elect Larry Dodd, Wicomico County Councilman-elect Mark Kilmer, Sheriff Mike Lewis, State's Attorney Matt Maciarello, Clerk of Court Mark Bowen, Register of Wills Karen Lemon, Somerset County Commissioner Charles Fisher, Somerset County Commissioner Jerry Boston, Judge Kathleen Beckstead, and my friends and colleagues in the local education enterprise, Wicomico County Superintendent of Schools Dr. John Frederickson, and Salisbury University President Dr. Jen Dudley Eschbach. It's nice to have all of you here today. Good morning again, everyone, and let me extend a very warm welcome to you to your community college. The purpose of this event is the swearing in of our new county executive. And this is an historic event, since Mr. Culver was elected as only the second county executive for Wicomico County. That makes this the first transition of power for that office. By charter, as I mentioned, the county executive must be sworn in by noon today. And we don't want to find out what happens if we miss this deadline. And frankly, I don't want to be responsible for that. So without further ado, I'm going to ask the Clerk of Court, Mark Bowen, and County Executive Bob Culver to come forward now, center of the stage. They will be joined by Bob's sister, Susan Culver Dunstan, who will be holding their late mother's Bible for the swearing ceremony, and his children, Courtney and Chris, will be joining as well.
Mr. Culver, are you prepared to take the oath of office?
I am.
If you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Bob Culver,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
Wicomico County Executive
Wicomico County Executive
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Congratulations, Mr. Executive. Mr. Culver, you would sign the test book, which is a permanent record of the county's history. If you will sign it, just sign it there. And if you'd also sign that for the county records.
Do I get to keep the pen?
Remember the pen.
Ladies and gentlemen, our county executive, Bob Culver, was born in Salisbury and raised on a family farm. He attended Wicomico County Public Schools and graduated Wicomico Senior High School in 1970. Bob attended Chowan University in Murfreesboro, North Carolina, and received an AA in pre-law. He then returned to Salisbury to attend Salisbury University in pursuit of a degree in economics with a minor in business administration. Bob started his career in real estate sales and expanded that interest into a construction and land development business. This company created 4 subdivisions in Wicomico County and constructed over 150 homes. Most of Bob's career, he's been developing businesses and selling real estate. He currently is among many entrepreneurs who are working to revitalize downtown Salisbury with his new restaurant, The Cellar Door. He's blessed to have his 2 children, Courtney and Chris, with him working in the family business. Bob lives in Whitehaven and is a member of Trinity United Methodist Church. Bob was first elected as an at-large council member on the Wicomico County Council in November of 2010. This past month, he was elected as the 2nd Wicomico County Executive. With no further ado, please join me in welcoming to the podium for the first time, Wicomico County Executive Bob Culver.
Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Hoy. Good morning, Governor-elect Hogan, distinguished guests, family, and friends. Wow, what a day in Wicomico County. It's been a long campaign, about a year and a half now, but we have reached our goal and we're getting ready to start. I'm basically a man of very few words, and this ceremony has almost left me speechless. But first, what comes to mind is to say thank you to all of you that supported me and gave me your encouragement along the way. I do stand before you today very humbled and honored to be the Wicomico County Executive. As I went around the county attending events and meeting one-on-one with many of you, one thing became abundantly clear. I wasn't the only one who wanted to see change in the direction the county was headed. People felt that there were, along the way, we had lost our way. Many of the residents in our area have faced horrible hardships over the last few years. Not only have we been burdened with financial troubles, but the social fabric of our county has deteriorated also. It has been said that government is not the solution to our problem, government is the problem. It has also been said that nothing is wrong in America that cannot be cured by what is right in America. The first statement was by President Ronald Reagan, and the second was by President Bill Clinton. 2 very different people, but with different philosophies, but both were right in many ways. I wanted to share those quotes with you, to some of you to have different philosophies, and like all of us, we may come from opposite sides of the issue, but good workable ideals can come from either side. So whether you voted for change or not, whether you are a Republican or a Democrat, if you have a good ideal that will contribute to the financial and social well-being of Wicomico County, I want to hear it. Everybody has a seat at the table. My door will always be open and my cell phone will always be on. The old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, will no longer be the rule in Wicomico County. I want to see proactive people who believe we can change things for the better, who are not complacent but aspire to be the best that they can be in the county also. As we move forward, we want to continue to protect our agricultural community, which is the economic engine that drives our county. We want to promote our 2 colleges that are graduating an educated workforce. We have a strong medical community. With all the county has to offer, we need to focus on growing our small business and recruiting our businesses so our citizens can have a job that pays a living wage. Now, just a few words for those who want to see change happen. I've heard it and I understand it. A few changes can be made quickly. Some will be. Some changes require more in-depth understanding. Changes won't be made just for the sake of changing. The next few weeks will be spent conducting assessments of the departments, reviewing the policies and procedures, and seeking from managers and employees what we want to know in the good, the bad, and the ugly of Wicomico County. So what I need from everyone here throughout the county today is we need your ideas. We need your input, your participation, and your patience. These are exciting times, not only for our county, but with our state with a new dynamic leadership in Governor Hogan, the plans for Wicomico County and the renewal of Wicomico County. I'm as respectfully asking for your help. So with that today, I want to move forward and ask for anyone with suggestions to please come see me and we'll talk, and thank you very much for the day. I had promised a few of you it wouldn't be over 3 minutes, and it may have gone 3 minutes and 5 seconds, but that's okay. So, it is now my personal privilege and honor to introduce Governor-elect Larry Hogan. Let me tell you why I admire this man. First of all, he is not a career politician. He's a small businessman, a concerned citizen, and a lifelong Marylander who loves his state. Kind of sounds a lot like myself, and I appreciate that. So, Governor Hogan is the founder, president, and CEO of Hogan's Companies, a leader in economic development for over 25 years, and has brought hundreds of businesses and thousands of jobs to Maryland. He clearly understands how government policy can have an impact on business growth and job creation. As a concerned citizen, Governor Hogan also understands state government. He took a leave from his country to serve as cabinet secretary from 2003 to 2007. During this time, he was involved in the appointment of people for all 3 branches of government and responsible for making the Ehrlich Steel administration the most bipartisan, most inclusive, and most diverse administration in Maryland history. After the 2010 elections, Governor Hogan could no longer sit on the sidelines and watch the failed policies of the current administration. In order to provide Marylanders with the opportunity to hold their elected officials accountable, he founded Change Maryland, which has quickly grown into the largest nonpartisan grassroots organization in the state. As chairman and founder, Larry Hogan has been a leader in the effort to change the dialogue in Annapolis. Larry and his wife, Yuma, an artist, a teacher, and a first-generation Korean-American, reside in Edgewater, Maryland. They have 3 daughters and are active in many civic and charitable organizations. Governor, I hope this is just one of the first of many visits that you will have in Wicomico County, and always know that our door is open, and we look forward to having you here. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a warm Wicomico County welcome. Thank you very much. It's great to be here with you. Thank you for that kind introduction, Bob. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you on your swearing in. I'm very proud to be here with you as you are sworn in as the 2nd County Executive. It's a real pleasure for me to be back here in Wicomico County once again, and to be here for this very special occasion. First of all, I'd like to sincerely thank the people of Wicomico County and all the other counties on the Eastern Shore and citizens across Maryland who put aside partisanship and party politics and came together to vote to bring change to Maryland. Thank you all very much. It's a tremendous honor for me to have been chosen by the people as the 62nd governor of Maryland. I can assure you that we're looking forward to working very closely with your new county executive. We're going to roll up our sleeves and get to work on the serious problems that are facing our state and that are facing Wicomico County. I stand here this morning before you full of hope. Hope for Wicomico County, for the shore, for the state of Maryland, hope for our future. I want the future of Wicomico County, the Eastern Shore, and our great state to be better than our past and better than our future. And I commit to you that we're going to work in partnership with your representatives in the legislature and with all of your local elected officials here in Wicomico County to make sure that together we accomplish that mission. By working together, I believe that we can indeed turn our state around, accomplish great things for the people of Wicomico County and the shore, and that together we truly can change Maryland for the better. In the Hogan-Rutherford administration, I can assure you that Wicomico County and the Eastern Shore will no longer be ignored or taken for granted. You will have a governor with a sympathetic ear who cares about the issues and concerns of the people here. You'll have a seat at the table, and you'll have a tireless advocate fighting on your behalf in Annapolis. One of the first fights is we're going to fight against these phosphorus management regulations. That are being pushed at the midnight hour on the way out the door by this current administration, and we're going to work across the aisle with Democrats and Republicans and make sure that we stop these things from happening. Farmers, watermen, and I are not opposed to environmental regulations, but these regulations must be grounded in science. We must have all the people sitting at the table, and it shouldn't be just a last-minute fulfillment of a political promise to a special interest group. I'd like to congratulate all the members of the County Council who will be sworn in later today, and I want to thank each and every one of them for their willingness to serve the people of Wicomico County. I look forward to working with all of them. And I also want to take a moment to sincerely thank outgoing County Executive Rick Pollitt. You know, Rick was elected Wicomico County's first county executive, and in fact the first ever county executive on the Eastern Shore, and I think we should thank him for his years of service to the people of Wicomico County. You know, after this election, Maryland now has, for the first time, 5 Republican county executives, a majority. Several of them were sworn in yesterday, and I am very happy to have the county executive, Bob Culver, joining them today. Congratulations, Bob. It's truly an honor for me to be here and have the opportunity to say a few words about Bob Culver. In the race for county executive, there's no doubt in my mind that the voters of Wicomico County chose wisely, and that they had the wisdom to elect a good man to lead them for the next 4 years. Bob wants, yeah, go ahead and clap for the good man. Bob once said, if you want to do something right, and go after it 100%. And I agree with Bob. And I think that one quote kind of sums up everything that Bob does in a nutshell, right? I think he always puts 100% into everything he does. He was born in Salisbury, raised on a farm that grew watermelons, tomatoes, and grain. Bob is truly a salt of the earth kind of guy. He's a man of the people. What you see is what you get. Tells it like it is. He studied economics and business at Salisbury University and went on to become the very first licensed realtor in the state of Maryland under the age of 21. Now, I've been a realtor for 30 years, but I didn't start until the ripe old age of 26. So Bob was way ahead of me. But he's 100% committed to the people of Wicomico County, as we've witnessed in his service during his time on the county council. And his county executive win was called an upset. We had a little bit of an upset victory ourselves in this race for governor. Bob and I are both part of a wave that swept this county, the Eastern Shore, and the entire state of Maryland. And I think it's because the voters heard our message and they decided they wanted to go in a different direction. They wanted us to put aside the partisanship and work together across the aisle to try to get the government off our backs and out of our pockets so we can grow the private sector, put people back to work, and turn our economy around. Doesn't that sound like a better plan for Maryland? So Bob and I are both going to roll up our sleeves and get to work. He's going to start right now. I don't get sworn in until January. You know, Bob is a man of many interests and talents. He's a lifelong Wicomico resident, an entrepreneur with several startup businesses right here in Wicomico. He's the owner of the Cellar Door Tavern, where I had a few meals myself. It was one of our favorite stops during the campaign every time we came through Salisbury. Great place to go if you haven't been there yet. We really look forward to it every time we came. But, you know, I'm a small businessman who's never held elective office, and so I appreciate it when Bob said that to know business, you have to have been a businessman at some time. It's one of the things that's lacking in politics, and I like the fact that he's a small business guy. He and I both know what it takes to balance a budget and struggle to meet a payroll. He understands that burdensome taxes and regulations are preventing economic growth in Wicomico County, and I cannot think of anyone better qualified to help get more businesses up and running here in Wicomico County than Bob Culver. So today, I know that Bob's family, friends, and colleagues and neighbors are proud of him. So is his new governor. And I'm wishing him the very best as your new county executive. Bob and I can assure you, are going to work very closely as partners to make Wicomico County even stronger and to make Maryland a place that we can all be proud of again. Together, Bob and I are going to work to put Maryland on a new path. And together, we will change Maryland for the better. Thank you very much. May God bless Wicomico County, the Eastern Shore, and the great state of Maryland. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Governor-elect Hogan, and congratulations on your election and your forthcoming swearing in and inauguration next month. We're so delighted that you were able to be here today and share in Mr. Culver's swearing-in event. And as Bobby said, we hope to see you back here on the shore many more times during your term of office. I know you will be. You'll find that you're always welcome here. Dr. John Wright, accompanied by Dr. Bill Folger, will now perform a musical selection, Make Them Hear You, chosen especially for this event, after which they will lead us in singing God Bless America. Bob made a special request for this piece and asked that everyone join in. You'll find the words printed on the back cover of your program.
So this piece comes from a musical that makes a lot of statements. And I chose this piece particularly for this event because it definitely is a political statement of sorts, and one that I believe captures what America is about, free speech, for one. So I hope you enjoy it. Tell our story, let it echo far and wide. Make them hear you, make them hear you. How justice was our battle, and how justice was denied. Make them hear you, make them hear you. And say to those who blame us for the way we chose to fight, that sometimes there are battles that are more than black or white. And I could not put down my sword when justice was my right. Make them hear you, make them hear you. Go out and tell the story to your and tell them in our struggle we were not the only ones. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Your sword can be a sermon or the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise his voice, and then, my brothers, then justice will demand it by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you. When they hear you, I'll be near you again. Rumor has it that you can sing, so when you get the signal, don't prove me wrong. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair. So we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, and that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, through the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my own sweet home. God bless America, my own sweet home.
Wonderful, very nice and uplifting. Thank you, Dr. Wright, and thank you all for your participation. It's my pleasure now to welcome Reverend Patterson back to the podium to offer the benediction.
May we pray, please. O God of the gracious and gentle spirit, we have been privileged and honored to witness this swearing-in ceremony. Holy God, as we depart, we are confident that Bob will be guided by your Spirit to fearlessly oppose that which is wrong and possess the courage to pursue that which is deemed right and fair and proper for the people of Wicomico County. Guide now Bob Culver with the gentleness of your Spirit, and season both his personal and professional life with your love and grace. Grant that the heavy weight of this responsibility will not rob him of his love of family and friends, his energy, his sound judgment, or his rich sense of humor. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. On behalf of County Executive Culver, I want to thank all of you for being here today to be part of this very important event. He very much appreciates your attendance here. A special thanks to Governor-elect Hogan for making this event even more special. And thanks to all who participated in the ceremony and those who played an important role in organizing the event, especially Pita Sterling and A.K. Kenny. And also, a special thanks for the support he received through the campaign from Pam Yengling. Congratulations to our new county executive, Bob Culver.